Hello and welcome to the plague colony of our dark fortress. We have 230 sick people. I have no idea what they have been broken out with. It looks like swamp lung. That is the choice. That's the disease of choice in our colony. But I didn't get a notification, but we did get a whole bunch of it break out. So we're working on trying to put together another hospital, which I'm realizing I don't have the tools for. Foolishly, so I better start making some more tools in my smithy that has 0 people working in it. We're gonna bump you back up to 10 priority. We can always just buy some tools. We do have cash, and so if we need to do that, we will. But our big goals right now is we've been trying to get the workforce back up to a reasonable amount of odd jobbers. We had a massive slave revolt in the last episode, which caused, you know, some problems, to put it mildly. Didn't go over so well. We lost I don't know, 250 slaves, and the ones that are left are still not doing super hot. But you know, it's progress. Everything is progress. We did build up a new trade warehouse district, which is great, working really well. Hopefully will help us with our logistics. Has at least allowed for things to get imported into this area instead of just all getting built up over here, which is great. Grandtastic. And food has been settled for some time now. We seem to be doing fine on food all the time. We have rations and we have clothes going out to our armies, which are training. We have, we'll just call this army. We'll call it Dark Army. We'll call it Dark Army of Evil, which consists of 50 archers who are ready to go and 50 Garthemi soldiers who are ready to go. Wow, we actually have an army. Are they good? No. But they do exist. They're good enough that they could take on free cities. Oh, the realm of Lysari has collapsed and much of its lands have been lost. But not Vogelbach. They lost the city of Colossan. Ooh, and maybe these guys? Oh, the pigs moved in here. Dang. Vogelbach is a city I've been wanting to take over, but it don't seem like she gonna happen anytime soon. But if they are collapsing, it is possible that gets fixed. All the rest of our settlements are doing really, really well and happy, except for Restroom, which, I don't know, man. We could probably build this place up and put in some more guilds. That might not be a bad idea. Secret police. Not enough workforce for all those. Yeah. I mean, this guy ain't really making us much. We could put in some roads here. Help out the proximity a little bit. Leaves us with one extra guy. Slorps up a bit of our government points. I don't really know if that's worth it. I don't think that's going to really get us anything of much value there, so I'm not going to panic about it. We call it the Dark Army of the Evil Flame. I don't know that we're flaming that much. I'll leave that for the jury to decide. I do want to get this road wrapped around here. I think it's probably going to go all the way up here and then kind of go like that. So we'll have like a row of stuff that can go here, and then this area will all be fillable. Sort of like up to here. And then one or two things in the corners. Will the roads help you? Do you really need scholarly work? We do. We generally do need scholarly work. The humans like scholarly work, so. Okay, this epidemic is actually getting fixed up faster than I anticipated. I don't even have this second hospital online. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna buy some tools. Who do I talk to here for tools? I want 100 tools. You sell them at 186. You sell them at 290. And Liari sells them at 300. Bam, usurpators. Thank you for the business. Much appreciated. We have basically all the right systems in play. It's just that we need to get our population fixed, not sick, with a handful of extra interns to grow up so that they can work in the mines. And then, like, everything will run smoothly once we actually have all the different bits and bobs. But it's mostly just, like, waiting on humans. Oh, you know what? We need the stone for the hospital. I don't want to build those roads yet. A human trader offers suspiciously cheap leather has recently arrived in your city. You could buy it for just 25 credits per crate. An inspection of the goods showed that they are fine quality, but the animals were most likely hunted with traps, a practice considered barbaric in certain parts of Syx due to the suffering it inflicts on the prey and its potentially wasteful nature. Yeah, we don't need leather. We have loads of leather. We'll probably take some penalties if we do that, so... It's a sad day. Steve Dave, city guard and governor, has passed away. R.I.P. Steve Dave. I believe... Yeah, he was a governor. So he's been replaced by Melgar Payne. Dark army of elven disembowelment caused by deep-rooted Wurcher myths. I mean, that is why we have the elves, because they shoot bows real good. Dave, the city guard, did in fact pass away. He served us bravely as one of our nobles, though. He honored us greatly. Deep-rooted what? Welchermers? I don't know. You guys are speaking a language I don't understand. Who is doing the Steve Daves all the time? They should know. That's Auntie Brian. He is the founder of Steve Dave. Unavailable coal. Where the heck's all the coal going? Into the bakery. Into the smithies. Well, again, it's just like, I have the jobs. We just don't have the workers. All right, health is doing good. Up to green. Was up to green for a brief second. We have 3 physicians. And I reckon a second hospital will be enough to take care of the rest of this. Should salute. We've been losing a few good nobles lately. Dorian's 1 in. 182 donos. A bunch of humans want to move in. I don't know how I have these small amounts of other people. Weaver, grain farmer, herder, recruit, coal miners. Okay, so that's an issue. The Amevans have really taken to coal mining for some reason. Here's a question, actually. You know what? We can figure this out in much easier ways. I'm trying to think of, like, the Amevans have 3 jobs, and I have so many of them. So it's like, do my jobs equal what they do? And this is pretty simple to figure out. Globdians, 48. Fisheries, 75. So, like, let's say 123 plus clay miners, 25. So about 150 jobs exist for the Amevans. Plus a handful of others, you know. 125, let's say 135. With that and that. Another 4 for the servants. 2 there. 15 here. Let's say there's about 160 jobs for the Amevans. And there's 193 of them. 64 children. So, ergo, the reason these guys are not working all those jobs, dude, they suck at everything except those 3 things. That's literally the only thing they're good at. I think the real problem is I don't have enough Dondorians, and I can't make more Dondorians because they don't breed. You can only immigrate them. So, and I have a lot of jobs down here for them. 60 just in those alone. 20, 40, 60, 80. 100, 40, 200. Yeah, that's exactly it. Plus the carpenters are another 30. I probably have about 250 jobs for the Dondorians and only 183 of them. Yeah. Yeah. Have I tried asking nicely, hey, want to come work for me in exchange for all of your rights? It's pretty chill in here. I mean, the thing is like, I could purchase workers. But they're kind of expensive. Polyexo, how do I suddenly have trade with you? Ah. Clindenberg. That's good. They finally fixed their trade routes. Aha, okay, so they've regained their territory, so now I actually have trade with the Polyexo capital. So the Amevans are good trade. And 1,000 apiece from these guys? 800 apiece from these guys, was it? That's a pretty good price. I'm going to buy that. So I'm going to contact the Garthemi Empire, and I am going to buy 50 of their finest bug people to come here and work in my mines. And by finest, I mean 50 of their least fine bug people. Okay, and our health is back to 44. So we got rid of that swamp lung crisis. This is almost dug out. Once I dig this out, I will be able to also give the Dondorians more quality services. Access. Definitely I can give you guys wood now. Under the watchful eye, my dear Domina, I've been instructed to convey a message from a certain Maria the Hutt who has come to visit. They say, give us all your gems and all your money, or else. And I'm going to say no. So now we have another problem, which is called bandits. But I'm going to give the Dondorians everything in the hopes that more of them emigrate here. Who is this? Maria the Hutt. The man-eaters, the arrows in the night, and the defilers of men. Yuck. Wow, that's a big yuck. Wow, this is an extremely yuck. That's a problem, dudes. That army is really big. It is really big, and it is really mean. And it is really well trained. Most importantly of all. All these mercenary groups are not that strong. The Super Smashers. 154k for 60 cavalry Dondorians with shields. Okay, that could solve my problem. That could probably solve my problem along with my main army. Here we learn why you should first look up the enemy before you say no to them. Well, you know, I'm going to say no anyway, but... Ugly Man, the Undefiled. Well, you're getting this guy right here. Actually, let's see if we can give you a noble. This guy just got elected. Ugly Man, the Undefiled. The main defilers versus the Super Smashers. My god, the puns write themselves. It's gonna be a mess, that's for sure. Well, I really look forward to having this mine that I don't have researched. 60 innovation. Sometimes I think that I should probably just trade for goods and focus on like bakeries or something like that. $138 workers. That's a lot. That's probably more than I need. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Might as well do it like this. Like this and like that and like this and like that and like this and This really is demanding quite a lot of space. 90. 92. All right, we got to find a way to do this a bit better. $97. 99. 100. 230 furniture, 276 stone. We're gonna just cancel those other jobs. You got a fungus highway. Okay. Sorry, I did not pay attention to which way she was coming from. Raider on her way. Free passage of Maria. It's from Usanar, so it could be from either of these cities. So why don't we move to Tunja? I'd love to know what Usanar's army is doing just like in my territory. Without permission. Bit rude, honestly. How do you guys all feel about us? Maria the Hunter and their raiders are on their way. Novastair. Good day. Well, good news. They're attacking a town with a garrison of 68 and walls. Three days, man. I hope we can get there that fast. One person is injured, bleeding out. What happened? Did you guys get in a fight with the Amevans across the street? I really only wanted recruits to live here. Parents, recruits. That did actually work for the Amebans, which is nice. The only Amebans that live down here are recruits. So, half the system worked. Dude, this game is so addicting. Pfft, tell me about it. You don't have to convince me. I've been hooked on this bad boy. I guess we better wait to see what her army is before we hire mercenaries. Because we know what its maximum can be, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that will actually be what shows up at our gates. Okay, import depot, the warehouse, import depot, import janitors. Okay. How is our janitorial stuff doing right now as well is my next question. It seems like largely cured. The embassy can't get anything done because we don't have any cut blocks, but everywhere else is running. You guys are suffering a little bit from stone and wood. The wood is a bit surprising, but I guess, yeah, there's not really anybody who brings that up there. Sometimes I think it would just be better to have like a single hauler who pulls up stuff like, you know, one for wood, one for stone. Can you set haulers to automate based on workload? You can. Now, the thing is, I don't know that they'll ever go to 0. All right, this alert needs to not pop up every time because that's constant. I have enough pottery to upgrade this food stall? Oh, I do. Boom. What about this market? No, you need bricks. What about this hearth? You need fancy bricks. What about this well? You need fancy bricks. But I can upgrade you as well. And I can upgrade you as well. Your slaves. I guess I could do you. And this one's not ready yet. That's okay. All right. Hooked by proxy. Bandit leaders are bound to go straight for the noble? No. Well, they have to get through a lot of my territory before they can get to our actual dark fortress. Like, we're tucked right into this corner. So, for example, I can just build the guild up as a fortress city, and then nothing can reach me until it gets through here. And the guild connects to a few other places. Novaster, Who's Stored, Travgrid. So, like, currently, I have some stuff being done here. I have some gems being imported. I actually have quite a lot of gems being imported from there. Which is valuable. They're kind of how I'm making money. Wearing fealty to the throne. Man, this is taking some time to build this extra hospital. One of the other conversations has been about building a quarry down here and a coal mine, because then the Dondorians would not need to ever work these jobs and it could just be worked by slaves. And that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Because it's much easier to export stuff from within here and just have caravans be loaded. And truth be told, these guys are really easy to keep happy. Generally. They're having a little bit of religion upset, but they're quite happy to just pray to Ammon. Their biggest issue is like, they're like, oh, we don't have enough humidifiers, but that's only if they're not living here. Okay, so the raiders are here. There are 531 strength. We have 226. 180 of them. Yeesh. We have 100. So for mercs, Stithlian hammers. These were the guys I was looking at. No, these are Hammerlord cavalry. Actually, they'd be pretty good. They're 800 strength for 180k. Super Smashers. That's who we were looking at. 60% training. Sword and shield. These guys are hammers. 13% training. 60% training. They are more experienced, these two-handed hammer guys. The thing is, most of her army is archers. So on one hand, it's like, well, the shields are nice. But on the other hand, just smash them with a hammer. I'm going to buy these hammer dudes. Scythian hammers. And then, what is she doing? She is just raiding my territory. Why don't I have any spears or shields? Because I have neither spears nor shields. But that's not great. I mean, it's only Garthemi soldiers, so it's not like the end of the world, but... Do you guys make spears, or do you only make... No, carpenters make spears, right? So I need 2 more carpenters, which is 2 more Dondorian jobs of like 15 for spears and shields. That's also where warhammers are made. Nah, you can make warhammers at a smithy. All right, well, let's just go kill these guys. I'm actually going to go through Tunja. I didn't realize that's where they were. The once mighty Maria the Hutt lies dead at your feet. This will surely send a powerful message through all of Styx. This guy's Unsar army of like 1.5k just walked over and killed them. We now have $1 million. Okay. Well, I guess I'll disband those guys. Very good, sir. Thank you, neighbors. Super cool. That went less scarily than I thought it would. I understand, but getting into a game like this would eat out a lot of my time. Yeah, it's a very good winter game. It can be a good summer game. I guess it depends on how hot it is where you live. Based on this summer, I imagine inexcusably hot would be the answer. Yeah, you guys need stone. Furthermore, I'm going to need 3 more loading stations. Because I'm going to need stone, charcoal, and this new ore we just picked up. So I might as well get that started. And yeah, honestly, I think I'm also just going to start planning out these other mines. Aha, okay. So I will need to like dig out a bunch of this then. I mean, I don't know how much I need that charcoal mine to be, but and the stone ore goes mostly down there. Seems reasonable. Okay. Oh, I'm going to activate all that. Give them something to do, lads. We have just picked up a bunch more of these guys, Garthemes, so they're going to start flooding those areas. We are 140 workforce. This hospital is still being worked on. This is so slow, this hospital. I do think shifting all the digging there and then just having the dondos on crafting is going to be the way to do it. It makes the most sense. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. So I guess that stone fence is probably going to end up like cutting across there now. As we sort that. Got $900,000 from that kill. It's wild. This is gonna be highway, but for right now, I think I just gotta make it paved roads. So this is nice. This will be a nice little extra bonus highway for us. And then I said we do it with this road here too. I could tack in a guy here and then a guy there. Very nice and easy. There's some more roads. I think that's what I wanted. Well, if not, it's what we got now, so. Human City get to 5K, and then I lost 1,500 from emigration around the same time. I got cantors, which I used as guards to save my city via the law function. Ooh. Cantors replaced 800 spearmen with only 50 guards, but still 4 times more efficient for loyalty purposes? That's nuts. I don't think we've ever gotten a city that big. I can't remember what our last city ended up at. I feel like the answer was 4K. But I am kind of pulling that number out of my butt. I don't know if we've spotted any like Cantor settlements anywhere. So I've got 2 guys on flattering him. Drop that down 1 and 1. Is there a way to see where they are on your map? Killed in a brawl. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. This is not great because these guys keep killing the hell out of each other. And they're all my recruits. I don't have an answer for that, though. Honestly. This mine is almost done, though. So that's fantastic. And this mine is also almost, well, cleared. So that's fantastic. I guess I'm gonna need to dig through here, probably. Seems fine by me. And I guess we'll go like this on these guys. Probably should just be using the brush tool for something like this, but it's all good. Okay. It's gonna make a big difference for us. Yeah, and I'll end up adding stuff like food stalls down here. Yeah, this is maxed out on load right now. So is that one. Upgrade that at least so it's a bit nicer. Can the speakers get upgraded as well? Yeah, but they require like 40 fancy stuffs. Yeah. Stone cut blocks is not something we seem to be making enough of. I guess the big issue right now is also any stone cut blocks really got to go to this embassy. Or like the degraded statues. Man, the noble district is very degraded right now. Scared of Ugly Man the Undefiled. Choose to die rather than face them. Hospital coming along. We are getting some stone in. We have a load of wood in now, and I'm also realizing services, humans, access, wood. 4. We have so much coming in through taxes. It's absurd. I don't even know if I need this other woodcutter. Like, I might axe this guy as well. Excuse the pun. Like, part of me is just thinking like, well, this is such a minor job. And the amount I'm getting in compared to how much I'm getting through taxes is disgusting. Like, this could be another grain field. Not that I need more grain at the moment, but... I guess maybe something I could do is put in a guard post here. And that might stop some of the brawls. TBH, probably not a bad idea. Might not be like an immediate fix, but... Look, 75, workload 99. Okay, yeah, they're doing okay. Yeah, I might even be able to up that furniture even more. Let's see how high it climbs at its current rate. But I'm feeling good about that number. You guys are at 74%. Disturbing find. A large amount of human bones were discovered buried in the Endelon pastures. To make matters worse, they look fresh. And according to conservative estimations, the chewed up bones belong to a dozen victims. This situation is more disturbing due to the fact that all recent deaths in their bodies are accounted for. Only a few people know about this, but if you decide to investigate the cause, your subjects need to be informed. More secretive approach is unlikely to yield good results, but will prevent a panic. Last time I informed the subjects and I just didn't find anybody, so I'm going to investigate quietly. Predictably, the investigation yielded few results, except for alerting whatever caused this. One day, a few families disappeared, and no more bones showed up after that. Time will tell if this is because they have left or are sated. You lose one of every race, but your Endelon pastures are doing very well. Oh my god. Arak Whiskey, Master of Weavers, passed away. Now I need a new noble. Do we have any named humans left in the city? I don't even know if we do. Humans. I have no idea who our last named people were. It would be a fluke for me to figure this out. So... Penny Gregory, congratulations on your nobility. You are now a Master of Weavers. May you weave forevermore. Oh, I guess I'm making enough clothes. Seems to be fine. Tonight's ranch dressing versus chocolate and sports ball. Sounds like a delicious match. I know poor Canada lost this weekend, but also Brazil lost from Norway, which seemed like a very confusing victory. I caught a little bit of that match. You know, I don't really watch a lot of the sports ball, so. I don't know when that furniture is going to cap out, but I feel like it's got a lot to go if it wants to be a threat. Maple syrup is out of the sports ball tournament. Yeah, we got beaten by, I don't know, man. Incense? Well, I don't know what they make in Morocco. I'm gonna have to plead ignorance on that one. Do we have enough tools? Yes, I bought a bunch. And we have enough furniture. USA is ranch dressing. Belgium is chocolate. That makes sense. Falafels? I mean, is that distinctly Moroccan? I always thought that was more of like a Turkish thing. Again, I don't really know. I truly think this is the best city builder we have. I would concur. 100%. Yay! The new hospital is finally getting built. So, with 43 sick people, how's this going to look? Because our other hospital also stores 40 people. He says 10 additional jobs, which is not ideal, but, you know, if it gets more people back on their feet. Half filled. Okay. Down to 92. That's pretty good. Yes, I know that emissary points are low. You don't need to tell me that. And the mine is being built to 86%. This is going to skyrocket jobs again, unfortunately, but it is a perk we can afford. You're going to go down to 20 to start. Because I don't really know how much of this stuff we need. Is the tooth of the matter. Oh, I guess let's grab that. This is a coal mine currently of 163 people. That's probably way too many. I might have to shift this guy around a little bit. That's going to be your storage. And then we're going to go ox. 79. Ox. 91. Ox. 94. Yeah, you know what? $99. How could you do this to me? Or tell what side is like the side they load. 100. 158 coal miners. Okay. I might just suspend that one temporarily while we build up our furniture and stone stockpiles. You know what? I don't actually need to do that. Let's activate it right away. And quick question. You. Drop down. So, there are some other things that need to be done here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this chunk of mountain. And I'm going to dig out some fun guy roads to connect these up. And then I'm going to put in loading stations. Do one on each side here. I kind of wanted to do them like this. Just because I thought it might look nicer. So let's do that. And then we're probably going to have another one of those over here somewhere, but we'll worry about that after. Wait a minute. I built these outside. Not only did I build these outside, I never adjusted them, so they all currently have 17 workers. It's fine. Congratulations! All of these people now have a lot less jobs to do. They can come down here and they can dig out these pits. Going back to Netherlands in 3 weeks. Nice. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Can't wait for holidays in November. Bring back lots of cheese and stroopwafels for friends. Nice. Yeah, we got a little holiday in September coming up. And we are excited for it. Very excited. Kind of a holiday. Kind of also not a holiday, but still an exciting time. Who is dying wrongfully in my colony? In a brawl. Humans. Well, could be worse, I suppose. There's been conversations about expanding these training grounds for a while. Now, I know I'm like, oh, I have 39 workforce. I finally am catching up. And then the other part of my brain is like, build more stuff. I have an idea. Why don't you build more garbage that your colony doesn't need? And I go, great idea. That's 100 people allowed to train if I do this. Well, you might as well build a road there. You might as well build a road there. Okie die. And one there. And one, put a little guy there. Well, I'm at it. Why don't I put a little guy there? And then while I'm at it, why don't I put a little guy there? And who knows? Maybe I'll even put a little guy there. And a little guy there. And a little guy there. Next thing you know, little guy goes in there. Suddenly, all these roads have torches. More torches, maybe? Tuck a few more in. Not like they're going to be upset about having additional torches. Just the coverage is one of these things that's they're always just kind of like, yay, happy. This is a noble district, so it gets a little extra bougie. I don't know why I have this like one poorly lit spot here, what I was thinking, but... Avel. Torch the place. Yeah. Yeah, you see, that looks real nice, yeah. Yeah, and I could, if I really wanted to, let this big road come down here and here and give the Dondorians a back road into there as well that's still within the walls. Yeah, that could be real nice, see? That could be real nice indeed. All right. Let them cook. 35 missing jobs. Sweet Jesus, if it's not starting to come along. But also sweet Jesus if it hasn't taken a lot of patience of sorting this out. Our population is also just like climbing the entire time we do this, so... Like we're up to almost 250 Dondo Bondos. Now, I do have a big question, Dondo Bondos. Which is, do you have an area to store this ore? You do. And these guys, you guys got 20 miners. You're all digging that up. Is it all coming up here? It's going somewhere. You don't make very much of it. That's for damn tootin'. Holy smokes. 20 of them and they make 2? Wow. Okay. Those brawls. I imagine that's just them killing each other. Maybe an option would be to build small training camps outside each of the cities that, you know, hate each other's guts. And then they could do local training instead. These seats could be an option. The faction of Aegis has moved as capital as people still resist. No, we don't really know who they are. Could I build a pool for these fellas? Would they like that? Would I be better off putting it deeper in? Probably. I wonder if I connect 2 water pumps to a single canal. Is that allowed? I'd have to like get rid of the Endolon pasture, which again wouldn't really make it a big issue, considering they make 17 meat. But I'm not getting a lot in anywhere right now, so. $10 meat and 28 fiber. Well, that actually is... The ox pastures are pretty big. So that stuff's moving at an okay speed. Your resource is going to be charcoal. I don't think I want them to pull from that warehouse all the way out there. I think I just want them to pull from like within here. Now, next question. Do these guys accept charcoal? No. Nor do they accept stone blocks. I have a lot of metal coming out right now. Or I should say, I have a lot of metal stocked up right now. Okay, okay. Excellent. You're gonna pull Silton ore, which I guess we're probably gonna have to learn how to pronounce properly. You're gonna have 2 people working on auto employ. And then hopefully, as that's all dug up, they can pull it out that. Starting to think, like, if the gem mine is here, maybe I should redesign this as well so that all the stuff just like transports out of here. Have the stone come up here. Maybe that ore could also transport there or something. I could also have like a second charcoal pit out here. I guess it all depends on how I want to do it. These guys need just a little bit more stone. And now they can start building this coal mine. Okay, this is getting out of control. Maybe I should only allow Amevans to live here. Because the humans are getting murdered, like, left, right, and center. I mean, I guess it's funny because it's like the only Amevans who live here are training in the army. So they're going to be much better at fighting than like a bunch of grain farmers. You know what? Maybe it's good practice for them. Build up some racial tension in our city. Why not? What's a city built on slavery without some racial tension? Ooh. Okay, you were killing the stone mines. That's a different story. Yeah, see, it's all Garthemes working there in that quarry as well, so we got to get this bad boy up and running too. This one might even start a bit earlier because right now we only have like 40 employees, so this allows for 95 already. Hey, you know what? There's probably enough. I don't know that I need any more than that. Let's see what we can do here. And maybe we can just make it reasonable. Boom, boom. Boom. Sure, throw another. That's 100% right there. So I probably don't even need that many. That's 96, 98. I need one that's this size. Yeah, all right. There we go. Cancel all these other jobs. Also, like, cheaper to build if I don't have a bajillion jobs inside of it. Like, pretty substantially. And I feel like maybe our carpenters are actually kind of getting cut off on, like, export more than anything else. Oh, no, maybe not too bad. Coal mines. Hooray. Let's put, I don't know, 30? What do we have in this one? 20. I'm going to shut down this coal mine. Is that going to be the right idea? Time will tell. And then, honestly, I think if that's the storage right there, we're going to tack this loading bay right in here. So all this stuff is just going to get loaded immediately next to where it goes. Kind of leads me to believe I should just do this for the iron mine. The gem mine's a little bit more complicated, but I think I'm just going to move all that stuff down here and probably build a gem mine collector right here. That seems to be the way to do that. It does have a path. What way were you facing? I want to make sure you're facing the right way here. Because this is also like, it's also about like, where's the fastest path out of here? Sorry, also up one. So I think I'm going to want to dig out a little bit more of this place. Yeah, it'll do. Gonna be a bit of a mess, but it'll be okay. Excellent. Well, this will help a lot. And also knowing that I could just buy these guys for like $1,000 each. Especially when I have somehow $1.5 million. That feels good. You guys are allowed up to 300 Dondos. There's a lot of humans who work in these mushroom mines. That's also okay. All the training grounds are filled right now. So that's why my workforce just like dropped 100 points. It's because I built an insane amount of training grounds. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. For now. Where are all you guys going? Are you just traders? Human ambassadors? Traders? Yeah, okay. I kind of want to just blow those all up. I don't know if they degrade if nobody's like working on them. One ore. I'm going to need to dig up so much more. I got to get these guys up to 250 because ideally what I want is 50, 50, 50, 50. All the mines have 50 of these guys in them. At 200, I guess they can all have 40. Realistically. Oh, and that quarry is up. Nice. Okay, let's also just check work priorities here. Because now it's like nobody but Amebans works this stuff. Nobody but Garthemes works this stuff. And this should be like really the only thing they're working. So we can also strip out this stone mine now. Okay, this unloading station starts to become an issue. How do I change what you're allowed to load and unload? Mister? If I tried asking the unloader really nicely, I did just call it Mister. I mean, I'm talking about coal and stone. Maybe I just need another one of these guys. Wouldn't that be crazy? Thought originally was for this to just become bigger quarry, but I guess why not? Makes enough sense to me. Brilliant, man. So this is going to be resources gems. I'm also going to say like 2. That's being dug out. That's being built. We got lots of supplies for all of these things. Nice. And you can see now it's also like they're all moving into these caves now too. Which is exactly what we wanted them to do. You guys store metal in here? None whatsoever. I feel like you should probably store some metal. Just because your janitors and stuff are going to need it for repair. So you are going to take stone blocks. And transport. So we got you on gems. And then we got you on ore. 2 jobs, transport. Sick. So I'm going to kill all of these. And I'm also going to say, don't store gems, don't store ore, don't store coal. Maybe? I mean, does the market use any of that stuff? No? Don't store fancy ore. Do store some cut stone blocks. Not that we have any. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Big time. So this will transport all the coal as well as all the stone for these masons. The masons unfortunately have to do a bit of an ugly trip. I could potentially like put a hauler in here and have this connect via some roads. That might work. Can kind of have it connect to that mason shop. Which I guess is, I don't know, maybe better than nothing. It does at least give them a straight way through. The efficiency. At this point, it's all about how do we constantly improve the efficiency of the city. Because, like, the population does just keep growing. Especially now that, you know, people just give birth all the time now. You don't have to have, like, daycare centers like you used to. You still got to have them for the Garthemi, but that is fine. They will continue to grow. I do wonder about, like, they have very bad access to pooping stations. They don't have anywhere to poop. Oh man, those bugs gotta hold it all the way until they get into town. We don't want those bugs pooping in town. Time to fix this problem. How funny that I have not built this for them. truly bizarre. All right, let's go. We'll build it out here and then we'll copy paste it in. I think I'm just gonna go with the basic setup. Two. So let's go like there, there, and there then. Or like there, there, and there. Or like there, there, and there. Let's do that. This is a trick. If you're trying to build this stuff, you can just grab it. Pull it out and work it this way. Copy paste it in. I guess right here feels strangely the most correct for me. I think I'm gonna go like that. That will also probably help out, just in general, the productivity. No wonder they keep beating me up. Yeah, right? Just forcing these guys to sit around with poop in their pants all day long. I would also rebel. I think that would be the straw that breaks my back. Just non-stop poop in the pants. Work endlessly in the coal mines. You know, at least that's a little satisfying. There's logic behind that. You can have 16 things. Let's bring in the fancy ore. How much does 16 allow for? You say 3. Capacity 1.2. I mean, he's bringing the clay for the pottery. Should I just say like 5, 5, 5? I don't feel like there's that much ore. Like, there's no way I'm going to ship across 2,000 Scythian ore. And you're taking clay, gems, and ore. Yeah, all right. You don't need 15 people, but you do probably need like 4. And then that hauler is probably going to be like hauling stone blocks or something. I haven't decided how I want to work that yet. I might end up being able to take more people off of the warehouses now too. Currently no stations that can accept the loaded resource. Not true. Oh wait, is true. Until this place is actually prepared. You know what? You're probably going to need more people. At least to start. I tell you what, at least to start, I'm gonna put you to 15. Slaves are acting a bit out of order. Yeah, you really want to poop, eh? You also really want daycare. And you want more food stalls. All right, I tell you what. Let me just like... Here you go, buddy. You're emancipated. You there, you're emancipated. That'll buy us a little bit of time. So I need some like proper food stalls, proper markets. And I think that's all going to come down here. So that's a food stall. That can be the market, just back to back. I don't see why not. That's the laboratory. Why don't we say like... put a nice well in there. Got some gorgeous fungus roads coming around. We are going to need more of these humidifiers, but I'm going to not worry about them right now. I'm more just starting to think like these guys need things to keep them happy. Throw a speaker in here. Do they like stages? They do. That might go like here when I move the gem mine. We'll think about that. Haven't built this out in the meantime. Couple coal guys. Having like the hearth. Did I build a hearth down here? I didn't. Yeah, that should be fine. And have that go around these different paths. And this will actually start giving them a colony that they can work around. Usunar has moved its capital. Oh! Palaxio! Oh, wow. They have been invading our human allies to the north and have taken Unsunar, their capital, from them. Not wrong. Oh man, these bugs are big. I think we need to make friends with you. This guy wants $870,000 to become my trade partner. He does have a sick crown. What is my current embassy situation besides -1 points? How about we just put like 2 points into Palaxio and see if we can make friends with them? Poop in the pants, your nickname in college? It's not a very good nickname, Mac. That's bad. That's bad time, man. You're gonna be having a rough old time with that. All right, let's put some of these humidifiers in here too. There comes the yearly report. Let's put a big one right there. A couple of these biggins. An influential merchant is feuding with one of your subjects. According to him, your citizens have gravely insulted him, his house, his gods, and even his ancestors, going back 3 generations. As is usual for these things, the demand recompenses that some of these likely fictitious offenses is death. Your savvy subjects made the details of the conflict public, which means siding with the merchant will not reflect well on you. On the other hand, a bribe has been promised for swift justice. How much of a bribe? 238k in the exchange for 1 Dondorian? I'm gonna refuse publicly. Your public refusal is received well by your subjects, especially after you leaked the details of the offered bribe. Surprisingly, you've received no trouble from the merchant. Happiness increased 10% for the entire colony. That rules. We do have furniture out here, do we? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Oh, cool. They actually built the food stall at level 2. Slaves are acting up again. I don't know, man. Who is... It's these guys. Wow, you guys are really unhappy. I'm gonna have to emancipate a few more of these guys. Now, obviously, this is more jobs, but hopefully fixes some of this problem. I don't understand how access to food stalls is only like 19%. Why is it so bad everywhere? Bread, you have egg. Is there no meat? There's a ton of meat in that warehouse. No mushrooms, no vegetables, no fruit. Fish I'll allow. Okay, I think my markets are finally full of ore. So we're producing ore again. Which does mean I want to say 1 ore for the Dondos. And see if that produces enough. Yeah, I don't know why these guys aren't pulling meat out of that warehouse. Nor is this guy. Oh yeah, I guess vegetables is fine. Huh. It's just like strange that there is meat in this warehouse, but they're not bringing it out. Yeah, we have a whole lot of vegetables. You're producing Oregon? We're going right to the trail, baby. I tell you what, I am producing now is stone. Oh, and this metal is full of metal. So I think our metal stockpiles will start overflowing happily now. Max preparations have been performed, so I'm going to drop you down to like 5 loaders. There are transports en route. They say. Well, maybe not all the way down there, but I'd like some of that highway to be done. I don't know how long it takes for them to move all this stuff over here, but I mean, I know that each cart holds like 400 of a goodie. The plague has been discovered. Uh-oh. A vicious plague is deadly, tormenting its victims for days before ending their life. Painful, pus-filled boils appear all over the victims, swiftly sapping their strength and often leading to death. I don't have enough knowledge. Not really anything I can do to boost knowledge. I do have 50 admin right now, though, which is enough for courts or universities. Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna take the university. The humans are always like, wah, 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 we want a university. I don't actually know what this does. Educates humans, I guess. My hope is that they will just get better at literally all of their jobs if I give them this. This feels like the kind of thing we could put in the fortress. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, interesting podiums. Shelves are big as well. Okay. Interesting. I like the shape of these. Could I create podiums on both sides like that? And then maybe do something like this? Oh, you can't do that. Okay, so that's how much space it needs. I think we could make that work. Oh man, we can make this work with room to spare. I might even be able to put in another podium. If we're gonna make it this big. Yes. Absolutely, we can make that work. Tack, tack, tack. Now the key is figuring out how much shelf space we need. The answer is a lot. Technically. If I did it like that, put an entrance there and there, that would allow it? I want to need those, or those, or those. That's kind of quaint. 73 students would be allowed in here, which is, I feel like, a sizable amount. Let's do that. And then I think we'll just do that. We can put some nice statues and stuff out here. Maybe surround it with like flowers. Two big torches to denote knowledge. You know? I like that vibe. I think I'll do the statue there. I'm just going to build it out of stone right now just because we don't have the cut stone. I know I want to make everything in here out of proper stone, but one has to follow a little bit of baby steps in the system. Yeah, and I was thinking I'd probably make this guy. I don't even know if I want to keep him there. Hard to determine. I think for right now, I'm just going to turn that off and just have it marked as stone. Okay, so all of building this solved basically my slave problem. They're all super happy now. Services have gone up a massive, massive amount. Bench, markets, food stalls. They don't have any physicians, which is something that they would like to have. And I do think I got to move these gem mines around. So let's do that. So currently that's the storage. And I want that to be the storage. Yeah, we're set up for an absurd amount of people to be able to work here right now, so I might also just be able to cut a fair bit of this out. Yeah, that's 149, but I need room for auxiliaries. So I think I'm just gonna do this and build over these other spots. Because I just don't think we need that much gem mining. Frankly, oh yeah, there's so many gems up here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. So I can also have this fungus road go around this well. Awesome. Much better, much nicer. All we really need now is for cut stone to eventually be made. I see that coal is getting dropped off here. And it does look like our Adondos are taking all the ore that they need now. They don't really have enough cut stone, and they don't really have enough regular stone. But they will start decorating their stuff with all the nicest bits and pieces. Soon. Soon. And then their places will look really nice. And I will be pleased as punch. Fabric, we still only haul down manually. which for sure is slowing down the tailor. I had talked about putting in a loading bay over here for that. This weaver is almost always at max fabric. This one's not. Rito, greetings. Just got up to the latest spot of this run. Thank you for the series. Found you through your Lizardman run, which I'm on episode 8 of YouTube's Learning Six, and you've been a nice help. Oh, I'm glad. I think the Lizardman one was a lot smoother of a start and pacing and learning experience. This one's been a bit messier, but it's also been good. Also, this one is going to be slowly rolling out now over the next sort of like month in terms of regular episodes. So it's a sad day. Spouterbear Chio, Master of Laboratories, have passed. R.I.P. Chio. Rip-er-roo. Who's the new Master of Labs? Adamus Wallow. All right, well. That's a name, I guess. Oh, yeah, the plague. 174 sick people. Well, you know, man, we have 2 hospitals. I don't really know what else they want from me. Can't do much more than that. 231 fabric, 116 furniture. The 231 cut stone to make these podiums is really the only thing that's going to be slow growing here for this university. Everything else should be nice. This looks really cool. With the statue and the flowers and the torches. I'll tidy this up with more roads as time goes on. More plazas and stuff as well. Chio the Alive again the second. All right. As you wish, my lord. This is Chio the Alive again the second. Turns out I can just add in like 8 different last names and they're fine with that. It is a sad news. Rundaya Massacre, the Master of Carpenters, has passed. I would have thought the Master of Carpenters to be a dwarf. But instead, it is this filthy boy. This filthy wayfish boy. Yeah, it's funny. All of my guys have 3 out of 6 clothes, which really shows like we could put a lot more clothing on people. But at the same time, I still have a lot of odd job problems. How are we on you guys? 240. Right, we're rebuilding the gem mine. So I did say I could build these guys a stage. I talked about putting it here. I think I'm just going to do that. Because I'm kind of just like, why not? Oh, I suppose, though, I could move it back a bit so I can build in benches and stuff for them, too. Because I did like the way that we did that in the last area. It felt appropriate. Do like 4x4? Yeah, why not? Smart, remove that. Build another one there. Build another one there. And then instead of making this all fungal highway, I'll make some of this just like fungal road. Because it doesn't need as like much speed around it. But I definitely am starting to be like, okay, what of these need to be highways now? Like, this should really be highway. This is a major road here. Like, there's enough of these guys running around now that I'm like, okay, they need They need double thick roads in some places. This should all be doubled. As should this. As should this. I think I should all that probably. And this can be doubled. And all that can be doubled. Just on the way out of town. Yeah, okay. So I could let a row go here too. Why not? We'll build a big one of those humidifiers there. I don't think they care for anything like trees or anything like that, right? They don't like torches. They don't like starving. Nature, they actually don't like nature. I am pretty sure it is only humidifiers they like. They also really don't like death monuments. They also don't like sculptures. And everybody likes benches. Started to watch this series on Twitch? Nice, okay. Well, yeah, on Twitch you'll be up to speed. Or if you catch the live episodes, you'll also be up to speed, but... Oh man, we are making good money. Oh, I am barely keeping up on ore. Well, there are miners to fill those roles. I have tools coming in. And you're making plate mail. I have a lot of wood still coming in, so much so that I think I can increase access to wood. And to be honest, I think I can access furniture probably a point. Jewelry, I'm gonna bump you back up to 10. Because otherwise it's like, what am I doing with all these gemstones? The reality is just like, I shouldn't have all these people training. 9, 5, 2, 9, 12. God, it takes a long time to people train. Concerned about the fact that I like don't make spears. Meow, meow, meow. I could just share a wall with that carpenter. Then we still have access to this stuff. Trees around here that are meant to be cut down, I see. Flagged but never activated. Classic. Wow, they set this up real fast. Just in terms of the base construction materials, my god. Zoom in. So I do feel like we're producing enough metal that I can start making spears. I don't know that I'll fully employ this, because I don't know that I have enough Dondorians. That's a bit of a hard sell actually for me. I'm not sure where we sit on these guys. They definitely need more food stalls as well. Talked a while ago about adding up a section down here, and I do think that's the answer to that. We're gonna pile in the rest of this wood, and then boop, 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 boop. 70, 80, 90, 100 bundos. So these guys are gonna make spears. Let's try just 10 of them for now. Because I truly don't know how they're gonna manage with that. Oh yeah, we don't use that many, so I can probably just have them make spears until we're full of spears and then switch to shields. And then we can just like balance the metals. Okay, that's good. Playing Age of Wonders as a Conqueror Nomad after say Scavenger is much more overpowered. Conqueror gives a bunch of one-time bonuses, but you never really scale. Yeah, are you Chosen Destroyer as well? There are kind of like pros and cons for sure for playing that. It's poorly insulated. Insufficient workers. Or. You have one delivery man? Pulling from the trade hub and the unloading station. Oh, you should not be pulling from the trade hub. No, you should just be pulling from that unloading station. That was the problem. This guy, instead of just dumping everything out of here, was running all the way out to the trade hub to grab stuff. I think fabric in particular. I'll set this fabric runner to not run so far, because really all of the fabric is being stored in here. And really it's not being stored in here at all, it's being stored in here. See, like, I'd love to just turn all my warehouses to, like, requiring 10 people. Or more. $118, 170. Yeah, the human population really decided to spread out amongst all three religions. Ah. So, by banning all religions for the slaves and only letting them practice this, they were upset at first, but then they just quickly came around to it. So I am wondering, do I build more of those shrines? So like the Dondos could learn the ways of the dark god. In the meantime, I'm going to give him a little bit more road. I'll tell you what, they could also road up all that inside, I think. I think this is about time we patched up their lower road. So I feel like we actually have stone coming in now. So their highway looks proper. A diplomatic incident. Marco Cross of the Usurpators is notoriously petty, which is a problem for you because you forgot to congratulate him on his coronation day. Oh man, that's basically his birthday. Or was it his relative's birthday? The most generic well-wishing template of scribes created should suffice. Luckily, your peers seem to have forgotten as well, judging by the letters which cautiously inquired about whether you did too and what the special occasion was again. Perhaps, if none of you sent anything, the potential awkwardness could be avoided, and Maricos would be fooled into thinking the fault lay with him. Alternatively, being one of the few who remembered, if late, would put you on friendlier terms. conspiring not to say anything seems a bit nonsense versus just congratulating him. Usurpators is kind of our primary trade partner. But I'm also like, what's the evil option? I'm going to congratulate him. He appreciated your letter a lot, likely because he got few others on the occasion. Affected royalties 1, opinion +2. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like that had a lot of ways to go bad, on only really one good way to go, so. I feel like we made the right decision there. Highway to the highway stones. We'll keep expanding our roads. I do need to pave this lower road because it does get an awful lot of traffic now too. So you know what? Let's just do it all at once. Do I have the stones to do this? Absolutely not. Do I care? Absolutely not. The other goal would be like actually building this road. Which I think we could at least plan out. I'm still just kind of waiting for the workforce numbers to fix. 58 homeless humans. And a handful of homeless amebans. But really that's because of their jobs. What are they most upsetty about? Government? Tourists? Money? Access to shrines, but they're low quality. Everybody is kind of just like... Oh, they don't have any benches up here. This city is kind of chaos. For a nice amoeban colony, I have not really done a very good job of them. At making it actually nice. That should help them out though. It's so funny when you zoom in and you just hear the... Just the big snores all over the place. Rules for all planning. Activate. Just wanted to plan so we could do this road. Because I do feel like this will improve some things. Once it make a bit of sense. I don't know, I can freehand this one quite as nicely. I might need to be a bit more mathematical than that. But you know what? I also like the charm of a free-handed road. Always have, always do. It's a bit thicker in some spots than it ought to be, but... I guess we could just do it right, though. Sharp angle. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Warp, warp. Right? I think it's fine. Okay. Well, I'm going to activate all that then, too. Fill the rest in with dirt. So this is kind of our outer highway. which hopefully will just allow like the amoebans to get down here a little bit easier. I don't know how it's actually going to turn out to work, but I'm realizing I'm also going to need torches all over the dang place. We got you there. 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 Sometimes so hard to measure this out. There. I think here. And we'll say like here. I don't know about the statues yet. I kind of want to see like how often this road is used first. Which admittedly does seem like a decent amount. Current favorite thing is Dark Origins don't need Whispering Stones. They just get vassals by kidnapping the leaders. I feel like I don't remember that. That might be newer. Earth Elementalist Giant Queen with Cirrus Engine had a story about her breaking the throne of a king. Forgot about her birthday. She was at the city gates. You gotta remember people's birthdays. I say as someone who never remembers people's birthdays. But people really like it when you do. Okay, this is working. It's mostly the merchants are taking this road, which is precisely who I wanted to. Now, I did kind of screw this up. Because the wall is meant to go in here on 4, but you know what? It does work everywhere else. So I think that'll be fine. We'll make do with it. All right. Wow, we are already up to 400 spares. Did that really just go that quickly? Okay, switch over to shields. $400. How much does a unit use at max? $250. So these numbers should at least be higher. Pretty sure my Garthemi are using 2, which is 100? Yeah. And they don't have shields, and they don't have armor. And my archers just have bows. Okay. I'm feeling better about the general situation of our army and the like, though. I don't know where all our homeless humans live, and I don't know if it's like some of them are trying to work down here. Like, technically, everything down here could be run by slaves. And I'm just, like, fine with them doing that. But there are some humans who do want to live down here. So I think I'm gonna need to let them. For furniture, what do humans use? Fabric, jewelry, pottery. All right. So I'm going to build some basic houses out here. At this point, it feels like it just makes sense that there's at least a little tiny colony out here that they run off of. How exactly we decide to build it is entirely up for grabs. But I don't think it's got to be too complicated. Just a little extra something, something. Put a torch up there. Probably put a torch here in the back. Them as well. Maybe do a nice tree. Because the Garthemi don't really like trees, but the humans do. And then I just gotta decide who gets to actually live here. So this could be humans. I think this is just all humans, honestly. I suppose the Garthemi could live here. And I suppose the Cretans could live here. I guess that makes sense. Not 100% sold on letting everyone move into this neighborhood, but you know what? If they beat each other to death, so be it. You know, it's just like we have some Cretans, so. Janitors, deliverymen, yearly reports. Yeah, we made like 400 spears last year. That's nuts. Mushroom farmers should not be living here. Plumbers? Who the heck works as a plumber? Speakers, food vendors, actors, jailers, food vendors, actors. One Garthemi breeder. No. You got what you got. This kind of road is a bit nonsense at the moment, but you know what? I don't really have the stones to change it. So I'm going to let them handle that. So a lot of these homeless humans appear to work up north with the Amebans. And most of the Amebans, oh, cool, are going to university. Or are, I guess, kicking the tar out of each other in the old recruiting bay. So 63 people go to university right now. That's pretty good. I truly don't understand how that's going to affect our population. Currently, it seems like... Oh, disrespects, criticism. Aha! Here's the reason nobody goes to jail ever. It's because nobody ever... We don't have any crimes. We don't have anything set as a crime. Everything is just like, you're free to go. That's so funny. For sure, I feel like... murder maybe is met with execution. This is how you get tyranny. theft can be met with exile. Disrespect. Oh, persecution. Criticism. This punishment and crime is too harsh. The net loyalty will decrease. Get more guards and other law boosts in order to benefit from this combination. This offender will be kept in the stocks. If the offender dies, it will be considered to be an execution. Stocks, scaffolds, dungeons, stocks. I do feel like if you're theft, you should at least be kept. I don't see where, like, putting them in the stocks doesn't seem to be a punishment here. We don't have a jail yet, so. Theft, murder. Theft, murder. Theft, murder. Theft, murder. The only people I don't want to kill are the Dondorians, because obviously they're extremely valuable. But that might actually give us some law to be done. Prisoners access Whispering Stones. Cool. Use paper straws. If nothing is a crime, there are no criminals. Genius, my lord. I mean, this might explain why we've had so many murders and so many people being, like, openly brawled to death. Oh, that person died of natural causes. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That might be a sign that our city is getting better. Yeah, like, humans keep working up here, but I'm going to be honest, I don't want them to. So if those humans are homeless, then I'm okay with it. These are a bunch of students hanging out in the throne room. Very well. Nobody works at the Boyer anymore. Well, that we need that many people. We do need more bows. Ooh, wow. Shields really eat through the leather. You know what? I'm gonna let that max out. Yeah. Okay, so the recruits are still living down here. I don't know what to do about this. Maybe a temple? What is your, like, science and stuff at? Innovation's at 5, knowledge is at 14. I guess if I want more stuff, I'm probably gonna need more science people. How are we feeling about the amount of science people I have? Oh, I don't have a notification saying that I'm outrageously out of control like I normally am. I did talk about also leaving this open for a road. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be tight. Yeah, I'm gonna build another road here. I'm gonna build another one of these, I mean. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the Dondos. Sorry, this should not be like that. That should be like this. Disease on our doorstep. The lands to the east. This is not the first time the lands to the east have brought disease to our doorsteps. And something tells me it won't be the last. Have we upgraded all of our laboratories? Something tells me we have not. No, we have. Not bad. Have we upgraded these guys? You can't. Leather. Now, one thing I could start doing is mining insane amounts of clay to boost my laboratories. That is, in fact, an option. Which would give the amoebans more jobs. Yup, we're going to do that. We're absolutely going to do that. 94. Let's let that go up to 100, I'd say. And, all right, maybe we'll expand this out a bit more. Because not all of this is clayable. $89. 93. 99. I think I can fit one in right here without losing a job. 100%. So that'll be really good. That'll give us absurd amounts of clay. It may mean that I need clay delivery closer to these guys. I don't know if they actually pick up clay for this or if it just deletes clay out of your warehouse. I'm genuinely not sure. Oh no, it looks like they have to haul it. Set work groups for individual buildings like you can for housing groups? Really? I did not know that. Avoid your amoebans stabbing each other in the trading grounds. You can make an amoeban-only trading ground. Can you actually do that? It's the work tab when you're assigning priorities. No, because this is just the filter workplaces set based on fulfillment on work skill. Oh, that's interesting. Let's you assign work groups, species, and class to individual rooms. If the set priority allows for it, this room will be employed according to these settings. Oh my god. Oh my god. Actually, I guess this is just all slaves. I can't believe how hidden this was. Do I want them to work this stuff? I don't know that they need to. I mean, it's rapidly becoming that only Garthemes are my only enslaved population, so that's crazy, man. Bryce, thank you so much, dude. This is YouTube coming in clutch. Some classic YouTube coming in clutch. So I can also then say, like, only amoebans work the Globdian pens. Only amoebans work any of these fisheries. The clay pits. That one actually I don't care so much, but is that a workplace? Oh, it is. Weird. That's an amoeba noble. That's an amoeba nobles. Only amoeba janitors. There should all be only amoebans. What is that job? Guards could be different. Speakers. Okay, hold on. There is some of these jobs, it seems like the amoebans don't want to work. Or I guess I would say, like, I don't want slaves working up here, but you know what? Slaves are not going to take priority here anyway. Could just amoebans work days? No. This is so nice. This is so good. I can't believe I didn't know about this before. Oh my god. Now I can also say, like, only Dondorians work down here. I fix that noble? Oh, that's fun. It's only going to have amoeban slaves. Or amoeban servants. Boo, 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 boo. I guess I don't really care about most of this other stuff. Setting will have no effect. Oh, I see. Okay, but they're working like the places I actually care about them working, so that's good. These should also only be Dondos. And then I want things like only humans working in the labs. Humans. Probably only want humans working in those as well, but that's not as important. I could set it to only humans working in the weaveries as well, so the Cretonans have to go somewhere else. That's actually a carpenter. But you know what? I'm gonna do that. My bakery turned... Oh, my brewery's turned off. Or turned on low priority, I should say. Well, we've been, like, desperate for jobs. Wow, that fixed so much. I feel like... I don't know what my workforce was beforehand, but I feel like that just did a major shift. Largest city population that you've gotten? That would be the amoeban colony that we did in the last set. I can't remember what it got to. I keep wanting to say 4K. I guess I could just check. Oh, here we go. Subjects, 26K. Population, 2.5. So, now you know. This is also meant to be Dondos. I mean, I guess there is stuff I could say like, oh, Dondos or humans could work this maybe. Uh-oh, looks like there was a brawl out here. An amoeban got brawled. I guess nobody saw it. No witnesses. Crazy, man. That's crazy. I've literally been looking for that for like 15 episodes. Upgrade. Pottery. We're still struggling a little bit on the old pottery. Here comes the swamp lung. guess I've noticed that health has been pretty bad, so I do believe this probably means these guys need a physician. I guess if my slaves are dying all the time, it does make some sense. You know what? I think I'll just copy paste this out of my other locations. So I'm like, we do kind of have this built already. Where's the best spot for this? Bon question. I guess if this is kind of like their center of town. Maybe I could go like here. And then, sorry, that's not that, it's that. Stacking some other nice highways. Oh, the big halfling, Master of Administrators, has passed. Now clear Wildbane. A lot of my nobles are just absolutely filthy, I gotta say. It'd be nice if they could clean their act up. This is filling up nicely. It's also cool to see just like them fill their homes with dirt that matches the highways. It really starts to look like a good hive. Learned after being short 1,500 workers and having around 30 brawls a day. Yeah, that's a lot of workers. It's a lot of brawls. We've often been sitting around, I would say, like minus 100. Though we are climbing. We're actually not too far off the next level. Which is good to see. Starting to have the thought of like, what do we do next? 12%, 8, 2, 9, 11. These Spirit Guard just never train. To be honest, I think I should probably make another regiment of them. And we'll call them Town Guard. 2, 2. Sorry, what is their training? 100%? %? Really? Seems excessive, but... Also, these guys don't have shields for no good reason. So let's give them that. Okay. Steps in the right direction. Alright, you want that Master of Admin named? Where is she? Slow down. Filthy. This will be Jareth. Knife in the back. The trustworthy. There you go. Not thousands. 3 to 5 amevens. Antibrine, hello. Your noble passed away. Brave Steve Dave, the city guard, is alas no more. But did very well. A landstride has destroyed a vitally important trade route, navigating a treacherous path. While the path is still somewhat usable, it's only a matter of time before caravan traffic destroys what little of it is left and makes it much more difficult. Locals are working to fix it, but will require wood, stone, and other stuff. You'll have to make do with 2 seasons. You will have to make sure you have enough in 2 seasons' time. I need 1.7k stone. I see no way of possibly getting that without buying it. God knows how much this is going to be. 67. 61. 105. 112. Paloxio. All right. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, you want 50 slaves and 1 million silver to get a trade route with me. And I'm not sure I want that. Why are people immigrating? Why are Dondorians immigrating? Because you're racist. And you're hungry. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hold on. You may have an extra food serving. Would that pleaseth you, my lords? I think I gotta build their second. These guys got their second marketplace. These guys got their second marketplace, but the Dondorians don't. I feel like that's why they're leaving. They're like, what the hell is going on, dude? Giving us these basic food stalls. Could barely scrap by here. So this is gonna be the road. The main road, I guess. There's any number of ways I could cut this. I feel like this should be fine for them. Another speaker. Would you want that by the hearth, perhaps? We dig that out there. And then that would be that dugout as well. That dugout, that dugout, that dugout. I reckon, you know, I feel like it makes sense to be like, maybe like that as well. Kind of like that as a design. And probably somewhere to poop. I don't know. This place is not that overloaded. This would certainly suffice for their primary needs for right now. Bob Gregg, son of Steve Dave. I think we have a noble to spare somewhere here. This master of carpenters. Bob Gregg, son of Steve Dave. I wonder how many crazy names, like last names, we're going to start having. Like just of Steve Dave. Dwarves are pretty needy, yeah, but they're also really good. I mean, they're getting basically everything. They want some upgrades, and the only problem is like, to get those upgrades, I need the pottery. And we're just eating so much pottery right now. Yeah, our Master of Fisheries have passed, but we'll replace them. Tell me you got replaced with... Okay, yes. The same race, at least. I'm gonna make sure it was, in fact, another amoeban. Turn off planning here. Alright. Realizing, like, I have all these extra rooms up here that we dug out, and we haven't actually, like, put roads to any of them. It's not a huge deal, but it does kind of feel like a nice thing to do. Feels polite. My stockades are having a problem, which leads me to believe that I have people in the stockades. I have one guy in the stockades. He's a murderer. Where are the stocks? Why can't you just throw somebody in the stocks? Man, I'm gonna let you go. But think about what you did, okay? You know, like... Don't I have stocks? Yeah, I have a set of stocks right here. But I can't put anybody in them. It's not even a punishment option anymore. Bizarre. Okay, I am maxed out on shields and spears. I'm gonna go up a little bit on both of those. And then I guess I'm gonna probably put you on furniture or something. So I don't know if that's a good idea. You'll probably eat all my wood. I could just shut this carpenter down, honestly, if it fills up on all the goodies. Can mountains collapse or can you dig whatever? You can dig whatever. The only thing is, like, if you're building a room in them, you need to have pillars. So like these giant mushroom caves are regularly pillared. But I mean, you can see, like, this is one giant cave in here. Mines don't need to be pillared, for example. Which is nice. Okay, well, they took no time doing this. That rules. Doop, doop, doop. Let's just dupe all this. Let's just dupe all this up. Probably add some torches and the like in here. Might be smart. Maybe like a little like that and that. Okay. Could also add in pillars. I haven't really done a lot with pillars yet, but I suppose they are a fitting option. For a couple of Dondorians. Couple of dondos. I hope my stone arrives. Minus 136. Guys, what is happening? I have 300 Garthemi. All of these mines should have 50 people on them. If that's the case. I'm getting this feeling that like maybe slave labor is not as productive as like hardened, well-paid dwarven labor. Can't imagine why. Honestly, baffles me. Doesn't seem to make much sense, but who knows? There might be some reason behind it. 43 cut stone per day. And yet, no cut stone. Games. Unlimited games. But no games. That embassy and this university take a lot of cut stone. Maybe you should give your slaves, I don't know, like a sword for their hard work. We've noticed you've been doing a lot of hard work. We thought you'd like maybe to have a sword. Please don't use it to stab us. I must repeat that. We would really appreciate if you did not stab us. How come nobody works in these? Probably because I have way too many people. Way too not enough people, I should say. And I guess the only people that would work in here would be Dondorians, because they're the only ones who'd be close enough. Though some of these rooms are actually being moved into, so the population's increasing on the Dondo-Belando side. Humans are like 250 above what they used to be. A storm destroyed what was left of the path. A caravan was lost to the chasm, and influential merchants are blaming you. God damn, dude. That's not good. 60% proximity? Whew. Yeah, my border colonies are at like 26%. Well, I think we'll be okay. But I would not say that I love the idea. I'm wondering if we should try to get another town. 30 gov points. Never mind. Okay. I don't understand what happened to all the stone I bought. Like, I bought 1,500 stone. Did it just never arrive? There's a thing up here that says, like, inbound. Yeah, I guess it did, and we just, like, devoured it. Still so much wood up here. All right, you are maxed out on shields. I'm going to put you back to spears just for a minute. Max out my spear count. And then he's going back to furniture. You can borrow cut stone from your markets to actually start seeing it in your stockpile. Yeah, but the problem is that like people want cut stone for furniture. And I want them to have cut stone because that makes them happy. And a happy people are a productive people. So they say. That's what I've heard him saying. We might as well dig this out. Yeah, I suppose if we need more Dondo homes, this is now good territory because it's next to all this other stuff. I do feel like a road up here might actually be wise. I suppose I could do a road here 4 wide and then just put this wall out. There's no real reason it has to be on the inside. So we've options. We've decent options. Stabbing is forbidden by law. Probably. They would never do it. Oh, never say never. You'd be surprised by how often our guys like stabbing each other. Oh, speak of the devil. One person has been murdered. Ooh, an Amevan has been murdered. I wonder if they'll catch him. I sure hope so. 17 Dondos, 9 Amevans, 5 trained guards, 15 on active duty. 15, 13, 0. Whoa. These guys have a strength of 933. Just funny because I don't really have that much plate mail. I make 1 plate mail a day. Dondos, I would like to give you more jobs. If you can afford to work that smithy, I'll let you do it. Yeah, everything here is just at like various levels of being worked. Hospitals still seem overloaded, though theoretically we should have a physician now in here, which might help us. So hard to see anything in the Garathemi hide. I feel like this might be a temple. Feels like a big good space. All right, big good space. I do love the way that this slave pit has turned out, just because it's so natural. Like, very much formed into the way that this massive cave was. And having all of these ores be down here in this giant mining operation. They're working 42 each. Oh, I guess the thing is you have to think about, like, how many of these guys are actually, like, children. Oh, 23. Not that many. Should be more of those working in those mines. $37 homeless. Yeah, see, like, I don't... 26 of these guys. Why are there child caretakers? Delivery man. You're in a hospital. Child caretaker waiting for work. Yeah, okay. You or you. Amevans don't ever work as caretakers? Daycares. Oh, man, they're up there as much as anybody else is. Yeah. I don't see why they can't work all these jobs. Honestly. It doesn't make sense that they wouldn't be able to. And there's certainly no reason anybody who's not an Amoeban should be in those spots, so... I think we're going to go with that as our option. Nobody ever works in the school, which does seem like a bit of a shame, and it's because I've got it down in priority. It's because I kind of have, like, so many things that I had to drop in priority that I don't really know if that was the right decision at all. I have built up knowledge. Okay. We're up to 50 knowledge. And I did that for a reason. I'm sure I did that for a reason. Probably to unlock a handful of different things. Ron, hello. Welcome on in, dudes. Come on in, come on in. Or were you playing Farlanders? I can't say I know that one. Tell me a little bit about it. We're playing a little Songs of Syx. We have a massive colony going right now. Well, fairly massive. But one that always and perpetually needs more work. Tombs, graveyards. I do want to unlock temples, but man, it costs 210 knowledge to get all the way there. Blood sport could be pretty cool. So could upgraded bathrooms. I do love a good blood sport. You know, it might be a good blood sport we unlock here. I don't know what I was saving up to. I think originally, maybe it was like the medicine upgrades. Fancy room, exotic looking tools, inspire confidence and patience. Anesthesias, tools. We could get blood sports. We could get fancy turlets. Or second floors, yeah. Kind of want to like upgrade the masonry. This is just innovation. And it's not super valuable, only 1.2 workers, so I probably don't want to do that. I do feel like Bloodsport's a good idea. Fantastic game on sale right now. I'd grab it. Yeah. $374. A Mars Colony City Builder. Turn-based. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds right up my alley. Okay, I'm going to have to take a look at that. I am for sure going to have to take a look at that. All right, I'm unlocking Bloodsport. I'm unlocking fancy toilets. And I'm going to unlock a proper burial because a lot less people are dying now. We could also afford to unlock taverns. Now, we make some booze, but not a lot. We do have a fair bit of grain coming in, but I don't even know if the brewery is online. Oh, yeah, it is. We make some booze. The problem is that we need pottery for a lot of this stuff. And we're not making enough pottery. So, what are my options? I could make more potters. For sure. I have 27 deranged humans wandering around. That is a sizable amount. And then, of course, in the old entertainment, we have a fighting pit. Your gladiators fight for glory at the amusement of your subjects. Oh, it's not that big. This does feel like the kind of thing that would be in the Noble District, though. Or, like, directly outside the slave pits. Or maybe even directly inside the slave pits. Options. I could fit one right here. It would allow for 10 gladiators. Oh man, that's kind of a perfect spot. Honestly, that is kind of like the most perfect spot I could imagine. All right, well, I think that's... Yes, that's what they call fate. It doesn't even take a lot to build a fighting pit, which is low-key kind of shocking. I thought it would be more. Like, I thought it would be a lot more. Well, we'll get that built up at least. And we do got to talk about, like, probably putting in another pottery guy here, too. We could certainly add one as part of this new area. I'm going to have to, like, rearrange this building, though, if I do it. I guess I don't have to rearrange the building. I could just, like, build out gateways a little bit differently. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. And then I'm just going to take that. I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go like that. It makes it a little funny, but I think it's fine. I'm going to put the people in this. I want to put the people in this fight pit. I want to see what happens. Let's go. Insufficient workers available. 10. There are idle subjects. The amount of prisoners that are currently being executed, you say? Oh, people are stoked. Yes. The humans are gladiatoring. Not quite what I expected, but I'm for it, man. Who else likes gladiator pits, I wonder? Do you? What is it under? Gladiators? Grand arenas. Fighting pits, probably. Fight pits. Garthemi's like it a little bit. Dondorans. Like it a little bit. Humans. Like it a little bit. Amoebas? Who likes it a lot is the question. Amoebas don't care. That's good to know. I think Tilapis probably like it a lot. They like it a little bit. I checked you. Cretonans? Don't like it at all. Arganish like it more. That's about it. All right, well, just a good spot for it then, because the Dondorians and the humans will enjoy it, and then, you know, I don't really care too much about the these guys. Yeah, their requirement here is basically negligible. Well, it's another little addition. Are we winning, son? We're doing okay right now. We keep being on a bit of a work spiral where we're struggling to keep our workforce above a negative amount. But we've made some great expansions all over the city. We've really sorted out our bug colony to the east. That's actually like humming right now. Are they happy? Not particularly. They don't have like a ton of food. But I also don't really give them a lot, so everybody else is doing okay. We're gonna put you over on furniture. Start cutting through this wood stockpile. Because I'm maxed out on spears and I'm maxed out on shields. Which is great, because it means that all of our guys have lots of stuff to train with. Yeah, and it does kind of feel like people are training up enough that these training grounds are not even very busy anymore. Like the archers don't seem to be training at all. Which they probably should be. Because they certainly need the training. So this needs cut blocks. That I can't upgrade. This needs cut blocks. This needs pottery. This needs pottery. Okay, so it's mostly just pottery and cut blocks that we're falling behind on right now. Cutstone should start coming up. And this is just an impossible amount. Our city's huge. It is sprawling. We basically have 4 cities. So we have an Amoeban city to the north. We have a human city, which is like the bulk of our city. We have a Zondorian colony down here, and then we have a Garthemi colony down here. These guys are completely enslaved. These guys live like kings. They live a very rich life up here in their mud huts, but they're pretty simple to take care of. So I would actually say everybody kind of lives like kings except for the slaves. They're not doing so hot. Certainly this is like the most amount of like food I feel like I've ever had in a game. I'm a bit worried about clothing. Never seem to get this hauler employed. Like, maybe I should just turn him on auto-employ. Seems like he's a rear run one to work. So this is still bringing down... Yeah, it's constantly bringing down metal. It's constantly bringing down clay, and it's constantly bringing down gems. This is all grand. You are stocked full of metal. And the smelters are going non-stop. This guy has stone. He's got a load of coal. He has no ore. But the coal is coming in hot, hot, hot. Stuff in the unloading station doesn't count as actually existing, which is good to know. Going by that fact the slaves keep beating you up, yeah, I think they're the true kings. They did demand a lot in their last fight. But that's also because I let them get wildly out of control. And now we actually have an army. Is it any good? Not really. Oh, 24 fully trained Dondo Paladins. Actually, never mind. We do have a bit of an army. 16 of the knights. 17 of the spear guards. And then 20 fully trained archers. It's not bad. They're also all super well equipped, so... There's just an endless amount of little things I want to do, like adding in forest plazas around this little bit of elven settlement here. Never filled in... Oh god, what did I just do? I am on brush. Cancel. Please go on square mode. Just wanted to fill in this road properly, because this is one of the main roads. As is this one. Looks like at least to here it should be done. This one's a bit of a weird hodgepodge for sure. I guess I don't mean I mind it being like dirt out of a lot of the town. Little like decorative bits I'm starting to think about now. Which is great. I mean, if I'm on doing decorative bits for the town, it means we're in very, very good shape. But I'd like the town to grow. We're very rapidly approaching 2,000. We need 2,200 for the next noble point. And I tell you what, the Dondos need more rooms. A bunch of them have started moving in. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So I'm just gonna throw some torches down in here. And I think expansions for the Dondorians is next. I feel like the Garthemi got like a major load of attention. So it's probably time we do the other guys. Furthermore, we actually need to refill this mountain cave. This should not be access for them. I don't want people sneaking in this back door. At least not yet. Ooh, yeah, this is nice though. Oh man, actually, if we made like a highway through here. Right now, the deliveries have to go all the way up here and then like all the way up here, over here, down here, and then come in. We could just dig a road like straight across from here into this territory. Now, obviously, you know, that's direct access to the slave pit versus it being locked off from everybody. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's thought. Game mode, are we playing it? We're playing in the like standard conquest mode. The standard mode. The most difficult? I don't know about that. I would not say it's the most difficult, but it's got its challenge, that's for sure. There's pottery roads in. All right, and I actually feel like we're in a bit of a decent, stable spot right now. We're back under 100 workforce. Health is okay. Food is okay. But why don't we cut our video here today at this? Because that's all the time we got. And I feel like I'm pretty happy with this section. Next up, boy, I think it's going to be... I've really got to get this work stuff figured out, but then I'd love to get a big dirty army going so that we can actually start fighting some of those other major neighbors. Because I think that's kind of the tipping point to say like, okay, well, like, can we win the map by taking over major sections? So we'll try to start working towards that in the next one. But until then, bye-bye.